my grandmother. There's been a lot of memories that I have of her, and most of them are all good. All have been growing up since I've been little, obviously. As I've been growing up, we spent a lot of time together. She was a role model, a mentor, and best of all, a good friend. She was always there when I needed to talk to someone. She was someone who was always there to listen, and she gave the best advice. As a role model, I was always looking up to her, not only because I was shorter than her, but because she was a person who was very wise and knowledgeable. She worked very hard and didn't give up until 2 weeks before she passed away when she was struggling with cancer. She was a very brave woman and never complained about pain that she was experiencing. I remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, there was a real bad thunderstorm. I felt so safe in my grandma's arms. She told me not to worry at all. She told me not to worry about it because it was only the angels bowling, and when the big crashes were big strikes. I still remember her now when there's a big storm because I know how much she loves bowlings and angels. For my birthday every year, her and my grandpa would buy these special angels that I could cherish for the rest of my life. Each angel wore a different dress and had a poem attached to it. These angels would grow just like myself. Each year, the angel was a little bigger and used to grow a little bigger. We used to play the game, guess the color of the dress. She would show me the color of the dress for the next year I was turning and would see if I could remember the color for the rest of the whole year. They are displayed in the china cabinet in the dining room. As I walked through the room, I glanced over at them, and I'm reminded that if she is not here, that she is still my guardian angel watching over me. My grandmother was a mentor because she was there to support me through everything. She came to softball games, in the rain, bowling matches, and those muddy soccer games. She soon became my confirmation sponsor and gave me the encouragement to follow my dreams and strive for what I truly want and not to give up. For example, I was not a good bowler, but Grandma always came because I knew she would give me the best advice. And she always bought french fries because she said it always used to make me bowl better. As a good friend and always a good listener, as we were younger, my grandmother was a smoker, and we would go for road trips to the Indian reservations for cigarettes for cheaper prices. Here the whole family went, including my cousins and my brother, where we would sing songs that were on the radio and play road games with each other, and we would punch each other whenever time we saw a punch bug. She would listen to me no matter what I had to say, always knew how to make me laugh. The one time we went by ourselves, and our favorite place to go is Ted's Hot Dogs or Jaffafa's. And we would go there all the time, and Grandma would say that I would turn into a hot dog because I would never get sick of them. There was also another time when we were at Darien Lake, and I was so excited to ride the Superman. My mother really wanted me to go on the ride because I was always too short and thought I would be tall enough this year. So Grandma sat down, and Mom and I and my brother went on to the ride. But I wasn't tall enough. I cried to my grandma saying my mom told me I can go on the Superman, and it's all I ever wanted to do was go on the big roller coaster. So Grandma consoled me and told me I can help her watch the bags. And we would go on the merry-go-round with me before we left the park every day. Every time we go to the amusement park, I would always laugh at the other bagger watchers, and will always forever go on the merry-go-round before I leave the park. Even though my grandma's not with me now, she will always be in my heart. She has helped me through the choices I need in everyday life. She is like my guardian angel, one I'll never forget.